Now you got brothers in Puerto Rico teaching, you know, and there's other brothers out there that we don't see. Okay? Two kingdoms is coming back together, man. The breaches is being sealed up. And that's all glory to the Most High, man. Yahawah and his son Yahawashi. Okay? Raising up the tabernacle of David. Of old. Alright? Read Hosea, the 5th chapter. Here we show you the Most High bringing back the 12 tribes. And that's the beauty. When you see things like that, the scripture says the angels of heaven rejoice. Matter of fact, let me read that before I read Hosea 5. Luke chapter 15. Hey, that's that prodigal son returning. Luke chapter 15. Luke, let me see. This man, so much scriptures. Luke chapter 15. I have to read this. I have to find exactly where. There we go. Luke chapter 15, verse 8. Either what woman, having 10 pieces of silver, if she lost one piece, doeth not light a candle and sweep the house and seek diligently till she find it? And when she have found it, and when she hath found it, shall she find it? And when she hath found it, she called her friends and her neighbors together, saying, Rejoice with me, for I have found the piece which I have lost. Likewise, I say unto you, there be joy in the presence of the holy angels of the Most High over one sinner that repenteth. So when one brother get it, there's joy in heaven, because that's one step closer to the kingdom. Okay? That's when we read Hosea, the 5th chapter. You got that Ephraimite brother out there teaching. That's a beautiful thing, man. As we read the scriptures in times past, which is still today, Ephraim, the northern kingdom, the Hispanic tribes down in Native Americans, heavy into idolatry. Heavy into that damn idolatry. I'll read some quick precepts. Hosea chapter 5, verse 1. Matter of fact, I'm going to read the whole thing. Hosea 5 and 1. Hear ye this, O priests, and hearken, ye house of Israel, and give ear, O house of the king. For judgment is toward you, because you've been a snare unto Mizpah, and spread to Bar. And the revolters are profound to make slaughter, though I had been a rebuker of them all. I know Ephraim, which are the Puerto Ricans today, which are the leader of the northern kingdom. Alright? And Israel is not hid from me. For now, O Ephraim, thou committest whoredom, and Israel is defiled, man. We're going to Jeroboam. After Solomon died, the 12 tribes split into two kingdoms. Rehoboam had the southern kingdom, and Jeroboam had the northern kingdom. And Jeroboam led Ephraim and the 10 tribes into idolatry. That's why the Most High allowed the Syrians to take y'all down. Okay? I'm going to read on though. They will not frame their doings to turn unto their power. For the spirit of whoredoms is in the midst of them, and they have not known the Lord. And the pride of Israel do testify to his face. And therefore shall Israel and Ephraim fall in their iniquity, man. Judah also shall fall with them, and we did fall by the hands of the Babylonians. I'm going to read that. They also go with their flocks and with their herds to seek the Lord, and they shall not find him. And we didn't find the Lord, man. From 1492 all the way to 1970. That's when we started waking back up. And now we at the latter end of that. There's camps everywhere. All right? Keep pushing this word, man. That vibration going out. You see, we think we talking to deaf ears. Nah, man. All kind of things is happening in the spiritual realm right now because of this word. Okay? And Satan gonna do his best to try to stop it. But the Lord said he didn't lose one. It says, they have dealt treacherously against the Lord, for they have begotten strange children. Now shall a month devour them that are portions. Blow ye the cornet in Gibeah and the trumpet of Ramah. Cry aloud at Bethlehem after thee, O Benjamin. Ephraim shall be desolate in the day of rebuke. And that happened during the Assyrian captivity, all right, under Salmanassar V. Among the tribes of Israel have I known that which shall surely be. The princes of Judah, which are who? You so-called Negroes today. All right? The line of the kings. Well, like them that remove the bound, therefore will I pour out my wrath upon them like water. Ephraim is oppressed and broken in judgment, because he willingly walked after the commandment. Therefore will I be unto Ephraim as a moth, and the house of Judah as rottenness. So the Most High judged all 12 tribes. All of us, man, tasted the wrath of captivity together. And this is the place, man. Jeremiah the 50th chapter. But there's a point I want to bring out. When Ephraim saw his sickness and Judah saw his wound, then went Ephraim into Syria and sent to the king Jareb, yet could he not heal you nor cure you of your wound. For I'll be unto Ephraim like a lion, and a young lion to the house of Judah. I, even I, will tear and go away, and will take away, and none shall rescue him. I will go and return to my place, till they acknowledge their offense, and we have acknowledged our offense. And seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early, and we're doing that. We're seeking the Most High right now. Right now in Babylon, we're seeking the Most High, man. Okay? That's what it says, Hosea 6:1. Come, let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn. He put us in captivity. He put us in slavery. For he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up. After 2 days will he revive us, and we in the beginning of that. All right? In the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. And we are getting raised up. The two kingdoms is coming back together. Okay? The Lord said he was going to be a lion to Ephraim and a young lion to Judah. That's why the scripture says, a couple more precepts. Zechariah chapter 11 verse 14. I'm going to read this precept. Matter of fact, let me read that. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 14. The cops every week come out here. The cops every week come out here, man. See, we told brothers you being watched, man. But who cares? We got a job to do. Zechariah, cops every week come post up there, man. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 14. Going to some history. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 14. It says, "Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I may break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel." Who Judah? The southern kingdom. The northern kingdom is Israel, you Hispanic and you Native American tribes. The brotherhood was severed. The Assyrians took down the northern kingdom and the Babylonians took down the southern kingdom. Alright? But Abba Bibbins, Ariah, Yahawah, Masha, and then you have the apostles on down, started bringing this word back out, man. It started with the southern kingdom, now you got the northern kingdom coming back. That's all prophecy. It tells you Zechariah chapter 12, verse 7. It says, "The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first." Okay, that's why you see a lot of brothers from the southern kingdom come out here. Because that's prophecy. "And the glory of the house of David, and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, that they do not magnify themselves against Judah." Alright? Which starts with you Negroes in this country. So the northern kingdom wouldn't boast themselves, man. Because the Lord came out of Judah. "In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them," and this is coming, man. "He that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David, the elect, shall be as the Most High, as an angel of the Lord before them." Okay? That's how the house of David is going to be in that time, man. Great powers, gods on earth. That's what Yahawashi said, "Ye are gods," but you shall, is it not written in the scripture, it said that ye are gods, man? And that's what this truth is about. We're going to, what? Return back to that form of glory, to be godlike, man. Because we are created in the Most High's image. Okay? So you got to thank the Most High for sending Yahawashi, man. Read this precept, Luke chapter 2. Luke chapter 2, verse 36. Oh, wow. Wow. It says, we saw Luke chapter, show you that there was northern kingdom still in Jerusalem at that time. Luke chapter 2, verse 36. "And there was Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher," so-called Brazilian Venezuelan today, so-called Inca Indian today. Alright? "She was of a great age and had lived with a husband 7 years from her virginity. And she was a widow for about 84 years, 84 years, man. Alright, she was a widow. "Which departed not from the temple, but served with fastings and prayers night and day. And she coming in that instant gave thanks likewise unto the Lord, and spake of him to all them that look for redemption in Jerusalem," man. Okay, and the Lord came to redeem who? The Israelites. and that's it. That's why it says, Luke chapter 1 verse 68. Blessed be the Lord power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. Verse 69, and raised up a horn of salvation for us is in the house of his servant David, and he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies, or from the hand of all that hate us. And that's about to happen when Babylon go down. All right, but only the elect is gonna make it out of here, man. The house of David. Okay, which is a cohesion of all 12 tribes, the southern and the northern kingdom coming back together. That's what Yahawashi said, John chapter 10 verse 16. That's what he told. John 10:16. And I have other sheep which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and they shall be one fold and one shepherd. That's why there was accounts of him coming on this side of the world. When you go into the Aztec Indians, that's what the Mayan calendar predicts. At this age, the Lord is going to come. Okay, because they met the Lord on this side, man. That's where the Mormons get their nonsense from, man. They stole that from the Gadites, man, on the different accounts and the different stories. Okay, the Lord did come on this side of the world, and that's that sheep he was talking about. And I'm going to close it out real soon. You see, Acts